Hey, Luke from Bound here. Just wanted to give you a quick introduction to currency hedging strategies, what they help you achieve, the pros and cons, and which type of risk exposures our customers use them for. So this jaggedy red line here is representative of the spot exchange rate. Obviously, nobody knows where it's going to go in the future. So what we can do is use currency hedging strategies to control and manage our risk. So the first one here is forwarding. What does this allow you to do? You can essentially lock the exchange rate to protect a specific level, like a budget rate, for example. So we could lock the rate in here for settlement here. The pros of this one is that you replace an unknown rate with a known one now. And you have protection, obviously, from the rate getting worse from the current moment in time. The cons are that you have a little bit of trigger risk. So let's say if you lock the rate in at what might have transpired to be an inopportune time, then you're still contracted at your locked in rate. So this is great for companies who work with very thin profit margins, like cross-currency lenders, who aren't too concerned about where rates are going to go, but they just want to remove that risk from a deal that they are executing at that current moment in time. The second one here is ranging, and this allows you to keep your rates within this adjustable range here. So the pros of this one is that you have a worst case scenario defined, and you also have the ability to lock in volatility gains. Should the market move in your favor, you can move both your limit and your stop levels in line with the market. So you have a little bit of trigger risk here as well, because if the market hits either one of these levels, then you'll be locked in for the period that you've defined on the Bound app. So who would use these? Typically an importer or an exporter who work off slightly higher profit margins. And the number one aim is to protect their budget rate, but they also want to be opportunistic should rates move in their favor. Now, if you don't need to achieve a specific rate, like a budget rate, for example, so your use case might be for an OPEX. Let's say you raise VC money in US dollars and you need to deploy that cash in euros or sterling, then you might want to take a look at averaging. So what this does is automatically avoid trigger risk and smooths out all the noise in your FX cash flows here. So you essentially compress the market volatility. You can pretty much set and forget, knowing that you're never going to trade at inopportune times. So regardless of where the rate goes in the future, you're never going to be trading at the best points. You're never going to be trading at the worst points. You're just going to be somewhere within the middle of the market. So obviously the con with this one is that you don't have a worst case scenario defined. But if you're not trying to protect a specific rate, like a budget rate, for example, then that's not applicable to you anyway. And you might be happy to ride long-term market trends, knowing that you're never going to be inadvertently trading at inopportune moments. So if you'd like to see what your cash flows would have looked like over the last 12 months, with each of these strategies, you can set up a demo account in 1 minute and use our new time machine feature by clicking the link above. Hope that was helpful.